And she's very nervous, so be nice to her, please. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Amy Nicolson!
I'm so nervous and I don't know why. I wish you were all like 13. I'm Amy, I'm 27, and I've got notes, which is ridiculous because I'm meant to be a teacher. But anyway, I'm a HE teacher, I'm from Dundee, so there's no subtitles, I'm really sorry. I've been living in Aberdeen for the past 3 years, and this is my journey to yes. It might be pretty boring, but this is just from my experience why I want to vote yes. It's not really much of a journey because I've always been for Scottish independence, always knew I would vote yes. I don't know where it came from or why. Maybe it's my love for Scotland and maybe a little bit of Braveheart. I'm sorry I'll get lynched, but you can't deny that that did something for it. But what I found is that closer it came to the referendum, I noticed that more and more I realised that I wanted to vote yes for the right reasons and not just for Haggis, Tartan and Mel Gibson. And when things started to hot up in the referendum debate, I thought I must read up, especially as one of my friends was a no vote, and something had to be done about that. I watched videos online, read and watched the news, even though it was a little bit biased. Spoke to no voters before deciding that a yes vote would be beneficial to Scotland. What really spurred me on to vote yes, though, and encourage others to vote yes, is my personal experience. I really sincerely believe that a yes vote will make Scotland a better place to live for future generations, and if I was to have my childhood in an independent Scotland, my life would have been very different. I was brought up with my younger brother by my mum, who was a single parent, and although my mum did try to do her best by me and my brother, we were always skint and she worked a low-paid, low-skilled part-time job. Jokes. She did this with help from family and she did the best that she could. I would never have been able to go to uni if it wasn't for family. But I think now, if it was an independent Scotland, I had my childhood again. This government's vision of an independent Scotland, what they're saying in the white paper, hopefully they'll deliver. If she was a single parent now, hopefully she would be able to have free childcare. If this was the case, I think that it would be better for me and my brother. We'd be able to have more family holidays, cars, I wouldn't have to carry loads of shopping up the road. I'm sure my arms are stretched. She could have maybe had a better chance of a better job with the gender equality in the job market. Instead, she did have to rely on child benefit and credit cards, which I think she's still paying off. Also, being a teacher has opened my eyes. There's a massive inequality gap in this country, with the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. I'm sure you all know about that. I see the impact inequality has on people in schools every day. Although education is a devolved power, money matters aren't, so we are limited. Every day I see how much deprivation impacts on young people from alcohol or drug abuse, parents' negative opinions of school, starvation when many pupils come to school hungry, or even young people having to be carers or for their parents or siblings. I've seen it all. What I also see is services that are not working for these young people, including education. The Scottish Government introduced CFE, Curriculum for Excellence, across Scotland, which I think is an excellent curriculum, which is focusing on developing the person into a responsible citizen and not just churning out good grades. I personally think it's excellent and it could work for many young people who are not able to access education for one reason or another. However, I have never worked in a place where the staff are so stressed out or pushed to their limits. Staffing issues linked to budget cuts have a major impact on young people's experiences. Having been teaching now for 3 years properly, I don't see it getting any better at all. In fact, I think it's getting worse. In the past year, I've been a PE teacher and an art teacher as well as a HE teacher. Multi-skilled. We need to take control of our own finances, as I believe we need a lot more resources to address this inequality issue. We need to put Scottish money where it matters and not into Westminster. It's sounding awfully political, and I'm really not political, but anyway, I'm sounding old now. But as I mentioned, I've been living in Aberdeen for 3 years, and I've found that you love to talk about oil. And I must admit, the finance side of things is not my strong point. Will it run out, won't it run out, can I afford it, can't I don't really care, but I found out by accident just a couple of weeks ago that the Scottish food and drink industry contributes 30 million to the UK economy. And with that and our booming tourist business, surely we can afford it. Maybe we can't, but what I know is that we can't afford where am I? I'm lost. Yeah. We can't afford to keep pumping money in at South England. High-speed rail from London to Birmingham. Who does that affect here? Westminster expenses and the rest. Plus, if it's good enough for Robert Burns, it's good enough for me. I love having Burns parties every year, and I make everybody read out a poem. And one poem really rung true with me this year, and it's A Parcel of Rogues in a Nation, and I'm going to read it because I know you're a creative and you love poems. I'm definitely going to make a mistake at least once, so. Farewell to our Scottish fame, farewell our ancient glory, farewell even to the Scottish name, sae famed in Martel's story. Now sacrins over Solway sands and Tweed runs to the ocean, to mark where England's provost stands, such a parcel of rogues in a nation. What force or gilly could no subdue through many warlike ages, is wrought now by a coward few, for Highland traitors' wages. The English steel we could disdain, secure in valour's station, but English gold has been our bane, such a parcel of rogues in a nation. Or would or I had seen the day that treason thus could sell us, my old grey head had lain in clay with Bruce and loyal Wallace. But pith and power, till my last hour, I'll mark this declaration, we're bought and sold by English gold, such a parcel of rogues in a nation. Thank you.
Amy Nicolson!